Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monday Mids episode 13. I've reviewed the upcoming fall seasonal anime, and I've made some picks regarding the ones that interest me and the ones I think will be good, even though I am not particularly interested in them specifically. I'll probably release them as short soon. I also have a week of holiday coming up, so I'll be using that to catch up on some backlog. With that being said, I humbly request that you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Alright, with the begging out of the way, the image on screen explains the premise of this series. So pause and give it a once over if you are new here. Let's get right into it. Today we pulled L, and I actually drew a blank regarding what this category actually contained. After scrolling through it, we did find the usual 3 bangers and narrowed the mid choices down to 2 series. I actually started this episode with the other series, but after doing some rewatching for research, I had to veto that option because the fan service and madness was a little bit out of control. So just know we made a pivot from ladies versus butlers to the series that we will review today instead. But that's enough about that. Let's get to the bangers first. This week we do have the usual 3 bangers, but there were only 3 certified bangers and an army of 7s, which fall 1 point short of what I consider a certified banger. I won't spend much time getting into it, but I'm fairly confident the majority of anime watchers, past, present, and future, would enjoy these series and rate them higher than mids. The first series is Lovely Complex, an old romance drama series. Lovely Complex follows Risa and Atsushi, 2 high school students whose biggest obstacle in love is their height. Risa is much taller than the average girl, while Otani is much shorter than the average boy, making them an unlikely pair that's constantly teased by their classmates. After their respective crushes fall for someone else, the 2 decide to help each other find romance. But as they spend more time together, they discover they have far more in common than they ever expected. Filled with hilarious comedy, heartfelt romance, and plenty of awkward teenage moments, Lovely Complex is a charming story about learning to look beyond first impressions. Now, as mentioned, this series is much older, given that it will be 20 years old next year. So if you are a viewer that your experience depends on modern animation quality and standards, this might not be the one for you. But if you enjoy a good story regardless of the era of animation, then this one is great. The second series is Log Horizon, an action-adventure fantasy. Log Horizon begins when thousands of players suddenly find themselves trapped inside the MMORPG Elder Tale following a major game update. While panic spreads among the stranded players, veteran strategist Shiro quickly shifts his focus from escaping to understanding the rules of this new reality. Joined by his friends Noatsugu and Akatsuki, Shiro works to build order out of chaos by uniting players, negotiating with the world's inhabitants, and creating a functioning society. Rather than focusing solely on action, Log Horizon stands out with its emphasis on strategy, politics, world building, and the challenges of creating a new life inside a virtual world. Now, I know your immediate thought was probably, oh, it's another Sword Art Online redo, but that's not the case at all with this series. The focus is not on an overpowered trope-heavy MC, but rather one that knows his limitations and strengths and works within their confines to make the situation better for everyone around him. The characters, the relationships, and development are also quite a deal better in my opinion. The third series is Licorice Recoil, an action series. Licorice Recoil is set in Japan, where crime is kept under control by a secret organization that trains orphaned girls as elite assassins. After a mission goes wrong, the talented but by-the-book Takina is reassigned to Liko Riko, a seemingly ordinary cafe that secretly serves as a base for covert operations. There she partners with the legendary Chisato, an energetic agent who refuses to kill, even when facing dangerous criminals. As the two take on increasingly challenging missions, Takina begins to question everything she thought she knew about justice, duty, and what it truly means to protect others. Blending stylish action, heartfelt character moments, and plenty of charm, Licorice Recoil is an easy series to recommend. This is a series that when it first came out and I recommended it, a certain hater in my anime circle was absolutely slating it. I told him time will show that it's well received, and God, I love being right. It doesn't even matter what I think. Over 300,000 raters agree that this series is a certified banger. Now that brings us to the mid-series that we will cover today. As mentioned earlier in the videos, I actually started this video with Ladies vs. Butlers, but that series was pushing the limits of ecchi and insanity regarding what I consider a boundary for Monday Mids. I'm not trying to recommend things just a couple steps removed from anime, erotica, or full-blown ecchi. So that left us with the other option we shortlisted. Now, in general, the genre this series falls into suffers from a general problem that makes it difficult to hit the heights of Death Note or Code Geass, given those series handled this genre as best they could, while still suffering occasionally from the natural pitfalls. This series obviously does not reach those heights, or it wouldn't be included here, but it does well enough to get you from point A to point B and has a decent twist or two. With that being said, I bring you Liar Liar. On Academy Island, students compete in elaborate games to earn stars that determine their rank and social standing. The strongest student holds the prestigious title of 7-star, and status on the island influences everything from privileges to reputation. Hiroto arrives as a transfer student and through a series of misunderstandings and bluffs is believed to have defeated the island's strongest student. Overnight, he gains a reputation as an unbeatable genius, even though he knows he can't live up to it honestly. To protect his secret, Hiroto must rely on deception, strategy, and the help of his allies to maintain the lie while facing increasingly difficult opponents. At first glance, it appears to be school competition, psychological games, and mystery, but its central themes are slightly different. Its core themes revolve around 1. Winning through deception. The title isn't just a reference to lying. Hiroto constantly wins because he understands bluffing, reading opponents, managing information, controlling expectations. Many victories come from convincing others he has an advantage rather than actually possessing one. 2. Reputation as power. On Academy Island, perception matters almost as much as skill. Because everyone believes Hiroto is nearly unbeatable, opponents hesitate. They overthink his actions. They make mistakes trying to anticipate hidden strategies. The series explores how confidence and the illusion of confidence can become a powerful weapon. 3. Trust within deception. Although Hiroto lies to almost everyone, he relies heavily on a small group of trusted companions. The contrast between public deception and private honesty becomes an important part of the story. Why people liked it. Strategic games. Fans enjoyed the variety of competitions which reward observation, planning, adaptability, rather than simple physical strength. Clever protagonist. Hiroto succeeds because he thinks quickly under pressure instead of overpowering his opponents. Light entertainment. The combination of mind games, comedy, school life, character interactions makes for an easy, fast-paced watch. Why some people disliked it. Comparisons to other game anime. Many viewers compared it to series like Classroom of the Elite and No Game No Life. Because of those comparisons, some felt Liar Liar's games and strategies weren't as intricate or unpredictable. This brings me back to the pitfalls I was talking about regarding this genre. Uneven tension. As Hiroto's reputation grows, the audience often expects him to find a way out of every situation, reducing suspense. Another pitfall of the genre. Simplified game rules. Some competitions resolve quickly or rely on convenient twists, leaving viewers wanting deeper strategic complexity. A simple way to describe Liar Liar is a school strategy anime where an ordinary student accidentally earns a reputation of being the strongest on campus and must bluff, outthink, and outmaneuver everyone to keep the lie alive. Its biggest appeal is watching Hiroto solve impossible situations through clever improvisation rather than overwhelming power. While it doesn't reach the strategic depth of the genre's best-known titles, it's an enjoyable blend of academy competition, mind games, and light romantic comedy. Getting to the plot rating, this ends up being a 6 out of 10. The plot is, in short, an amalgamation of other plots within this genre. Therefore, it's not exactly original or groundbreaking in its story, concepts, or direction. It's not bad, it's just nothing special enough to rave about, but it delivers what you came for and it's solid enough to get you through the series. It does have a decent twist or two. Regarding the characters, they end up being a 6 out of 10. They can feel quite trope-heavy, and a lot of interactions are the tried and tested bread and butter anime relationships and interactions that you have come to expect and might be a little tired of within anime as a medium, but the characters and relationship dynamics do have their moments throughout the season. Moving on to the animation aspect, I gave it a 7 out of 10. The level of drawings and animation is what you have come to expect from the era we are currently in. This score is kind of capped at 7 based on the fact that there isn't a crazy amount of action or motion to really showcase the kind of work that breaks you into the 8 and up category for me. The focus is on the strategy, not the action within the games. The overall score therefore ends up being a 6 out of 10, and quite comfortably a 6 at that, in the sense that it is not threatening to break into the 7 category whatsoever, but it's not in danger of being relegated to a 5 either. Pretty much does what it says on the tin and gets you through the series without fuss or fanfare. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Love you all. Stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.